Cracking, everybody. Buenos dias. Saludos. So I had a subscriber ask me about whatchamacallit, Danny Trejo and what happened with them. I'm not gonna speak on anybody else. They got beat up. Just Danny. I know Mario too. I've met Mario and I've met Danny. Danny's a real humble guy. He's a really nice man. Uh, he does seem to have a little chip on the shoulder at times. And I think that's just because us older guys, we really feel that we have one last good fight in us. Um, might not be true after considering what I've seen with Danny. Um, he got boo-bopped, and the guy's 80 some years old. So I want to talk about it wasn't a fact that he's an actor. It wasn't a fact of anything. It's just the dude's almost 80 years old. Why we got some redneck that's just gonna attack him? And that's basically what they did. They threw the water bottles or the water balloons, and Danny shouldn't have gone off the car and gone over there and acted like he was gonna do something, because he's too old to be doing that, man. He's not a young man anymore, and he needs to accept that fact that he's not a young man no more. And it goes for me too. I got that chip on my shoulder as well. I still think that I still got it in me a little bit, and that's because I'm not as old as Danny is. Danny is 80 years old, man. He's not no kid. So just on the age factor, those guys were in the dead wrong. And I'll tell you right now, and I'm not one of those guys who, I'll do this, I'll do that. But more than likely, I'd probably be laid out right next to him. I wouldn't have sat there and watched an 80-year-old man, no matter if he's an actor or not an actor, particularly Raza, get beat up like that and not do nothing. So I would have definitely indulged in the party. You know what I mean? But Danny, like I said, Danny has to learn that he's in his 80s. He doesn't have it in him to sit there and be boxing on the streets. I will give him credit. He is a man of his generation and his way of thinking, because he didn't press charges. He refused to press charges, and he let it go, which was, in my opinion, honorable. These guys that beat him up were just they were just looking for some clout, or I guess that's what they would call it, some attention, because not only throw the water bottles in the beginning, but even after the fact, they were still throwing water bottles or water balloons at Danny Trejo. They hit him in the head again, and so they were just looking for a little attention. Unfortunately, it's going to be bad attention, because I really don't think that some people are just going to let it lie. I really think that some people are going to get into those guys' asses over this shit. I don't think they're going to just let it go. Especially if they know who they are. I don't know if they do. I'm just saying. Because that was just uncalled for. It shouldn't have happened. And like I said, Danny should have knew better than get off the car and handle it. He has security. He had people around. They could have easily got off the car or addressed the situation so it didn't get to the situation that it got to. That's my opinion on it. I've been asked my opinion about some other stuff, like YouTubers getting into it and influencers. And I got to tell you this, man. Look at in all honesty, if you know somebody's no good, If you're playing by rules, then you're supposed to deal with it. If you're running around saying people are no good, then you should be dealing with it. But again, I'm not into the politics. I'm not involved in that kind of lifestyle. But that's what I know of that lifestyle. It's in the end, they're influencers or they're YouTubers, and they really don't have that street credit they think they have. And I'm not going to get into somebody else's business because it's not my business. It really isn't. So these YouTubers and influencers that are getting into it, it's not my business. And I'm not going to put myself in the middle of it. So have a blessed day, man. Bye-bye.